So you want to add air conditioning into your vintage vehicle, but you don't know the best way to go about it. Well, on today's episode, we're going to answer that question as to what we believe is the best bang for your buck on how to add air conditioning into your vehicle. What's up guys, Riley here from Hudson Motors, and in today's episode we are going over the Vintage Air Underdash Heritage system. This is their heat and cool system. This is the best bang for your buck for doing air conditioning in your classic ride. So this is the unit, and this is a all enclosed unit, and what that means is that you get the evaporator core, the controls, and the vents all in one unit. That's not all separate as if you were buying their other systems like their Super or their Magnum system from Vintage Air. I have to just give a disclaimer, we're not sponsored by Vintage Air. We just bought this and put this in our truck, and just like everything else, you know, we just buy, and they're great, but it's a great unit, and I'm happy to rave about it because I hope this helps some of you guys at home to put air conditioning in your vehicle. So why is it so great? Number one, it moves more air than the Supers or the Magnums or the Minis or any other AC system that I've ever used. These things absolutely rip. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the style of motor inside. I don't know. But they push a ton of air. I rarely ever turn this thing on full blast. On the first or second speed is cold enough to kind of freeze you out in a small truck like this. But even in a full-size truck or even a crew cab or a super cab, this would be so much air movement, it would cool down your cab super quick. So that's great. Two, they get absolutely ice cold. We'll show you that in a minute. We've got our thermostat. We'll show you just how cold this thing gets. So the AC quality, you're getting really high quality air conditioning. You're not getting like lukewarm or luke cold AC. It really does blow cold. They're compact, they're easy to install. It's not a mystery as to how to mount them up. They're very easy to mount up. You've got a couple mounting brackets on the side and a mounting bracket in the back, and that's it. And then you run your AC lines and run them to your compressor and your condenser, and everything's done from there. So that's really great and works out perfect. I think they're an attractive unit, and that's just, you know, that's all subjective. They're attractive, they're cool, but it is nice that they're all just self-contained. They normally come in a couple different fascias, so you get like a mother of pearl or an engine turn chrome and engine turn black. We decided to make our own front fascia because we have some wood grain in here. We wanted it to kind of match. But yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. This all comes off and you can fix it. This is going to save you, and the reason why I say it's the best bang for your buck is it's going to save you a lot of money over buying like a Vintage Air Super and having to buy the box separate from the controls and separate from the vents and everything else. This saves you a ton of money. It might save you $300 or $400 over doing it that way. So that's a huge plus as well. Air conditioning can be expensive. I think a lot of shops will quote you at like $5 grand to $6,500 to put in air conditioning. This is going to save you some money, so that's great as well. So we'll go over this, we'll start it up, show you how cold it gets, and then we'll kind of show you some of the other components and what you need to buy and kind of the price breakdowns. But without further ado, because it's hot here in Las Vegas, it's really hot. Let's crank this baby up so you can see just how cold she gets. So AC's running, let her get cold. Again, because I don't know why, but this thing cools off super fast too. It gets to temperature really quickly. You're not sitting there waiting for it to get cold. We're already down to 52 degrees. 50, 49, so we're already in the 40s, 45 degrees, 44, 43. So this is at the vent, 43 degrees, 44. So down at the coil, you're getting 35, 36 degrees, so almost freezing. And then at the vent, it's already up to the mid 40s, which is right where it should be. So it blows ice cold. This is the lowest speed. I wish I had some sort of a wind gauge to show you how fast it's blowing. I don't have that kind of gauge. But at full blast, it is so cold and moves so much air, you're gonna get frozen out. And you're gonna wanna turn it off faster. So there, maybe you can hear it. I only ever turn it up to click 2, like right when I get in and it's hot and I need to really quickly cool off. But most of the time, even in Las Vegas summer, 110 degrees, I'm running this thing at click 1. So that's great. It works great. It starts up quick. It's nice and cold. And again, it's gonna save you some money. So let's go over the price breakdowns. I've got them on my phone versus doing a Gen 2 Super. So here's what you're gonna need. We'll put this on screen for you so you know what to look up. I buy most of my stuff from Summit Racing, or you can get it from Jegs, or you can get it from Amazon and eBay, but I buy my stuff from Summit. So this is what I would search if I was searching. So for this very unit, so this is their Vintage Air Heritage Underdash. We bought this in the mother of pearl. It was the cheapest fascia. For this very same unit with heat and cool, this was $465 for this unit. You're gonna need to get a dryer, an AC dryer, which is the same thing either way. If you have a mechanical fan, you'll get a binary switch. If you have an electric fan, you'll get a trinary switch. But for our dryer on this, it was $46. You'll have to buy that regardless. So that $46, you gotta spend it one way or another. We did a firewall bulkhead, which you don't have to do. You can just drill holes in your firewall and put some grommets in there and run your AC lines through grommets. That's fine as well. We've done that in the past. But we bought a bulkhead for this. That was $76. We bought some air conditioning brackets, which were $49. And then we had to build our own AC bracket. For a lot of engine choices out there, you might be able to just find like an AC bracket off of another vehicle that might have had AC, but we couldn't find one for this, and so we just made our own. We had to buy an AC compressor, and that was $223, and then we had to buy a condenser, and the condenser was $175. So we had to kind of buy all those things, plus you're gonna buy AC lines, you're gonna buy fittings, so I'd say you'll spend about $200 on lines and fitting, and then you're gonna have to buy some Freon to charge your system, maybe $40 in Freon and oil, that kind of stuff. So all in all, buying this system system, you're gonna be about $1,300 in parts, or more or less depending on what you buy, how much line you have to buy, all that kind of stuff. But I'd say in the ballpark of $1,300. If you're gonna go the other route and buy another vintage air system, let's say you're gonna buy their Gen 2 Super, which is a smaller box which fits under most dashes. It moves good air. We've used it in a bunch of vehicles. We're using it on our next truck, our Ram Charger as well. If you're gonna buy that very unit, so you're gonna spend $599 on the unit. You're gonna spend, you know, 4 louvers, so $15 a piece. So you're gonna spend $60 in louvers. And then you're gonna have to buy a control unit. A control unit for those is at minimum $75 or at maximum like $200. So again, you're gonna spend like upwards of $400 more by going the other route versus going this route. So it's gonna save you a ton of money. So again, they're a great bang for your buck. It's an awesome, awesome unit. They work really good. And again, if you've got a classic vehicle and you wanna do air conditioning, I really can't stress it enough. These are absolutely awesome. And I would completely suggest buying them for you. They're in my opinion, it's easier, it's faster. And you might say, hey, it's cheaper to just go out and find at the junkyard. It's gonna be easier to just go, or cheaper to just go find a vehicle with AC and tear all those components out and put it right into my truck. And that might be so, but you gotta say that you can find those parts, and that if any of those parts is bad, let's say your evaporator has a hole in it, your evaporator core has a hole in it, then you gotta go find an evaporator core. We put a hole in this one when we were installing it, we messed up and we put a screw through it. We just called Vintage Air and they just sent us a new evaporator core and it was done. So again, it's easy, it's great, they're inexpensive, and then you can do the install and you'll be happy. All right, so with the price breakdowns all done, you see how much they are. Let's show you kind of all the other things that you got to buy with it. So down here, you're going to see our Vintage Air system. And then down here, you see our fittings. And I actually like the fitting setup on these. If you've done AC, sometimes fittings are really hard to get to. These are easy, accessible fittings, so that's nice. And then over here, we've got our dryer with our binary switch. You'll see where our fittings go into that. We wanted to hide the dryer inside the truck, but you don't have to. You can put the dryer on the outside in the engine bay and just try and keep it away from your exhaust. So you're going to have your AC lines that run from your box to your dryer and then out into your engine bay. So let's go out there and let me show you all of that good stuff out in the engine bay, what you need to buy. Okay, so up front here, let's go over what you need. So you can see down here in the grill area, we've got our condenser. We bought this condenser from Vintage Air as well. This is their 12 by 20 horizontal condenser. So both fittings are on the left side here. Coming off the condenser, you've got one line that runs back to your bulkhead back up on the firewall, and the other line that runs to your number 8 port on your AC compressor. So down there is our AC compressor. And then we also bought the Vintage Air compressor brackets and then built a bracket that would fit our motor here. So there's your bracket, and then your other line from your number 10 line goes into your bulkhead as well. Back around the bulkhead as well, you'll see the 2 heater lines that run to your water pump and back into your block as well, because you're going to want to have AC and heat in this system, and it does both, which is great. So that's it for up front. All right, well, with that being said, that's all you need to get this thing going, to get air conditioning in your Classic. It's awesome. It's a great kit. I can't recommend it enough. They blow super cold. So again, if you like this and you want to put air conditioning in your truck, I got to tell you, that's awesome. Do it for sure in your own vehicle. So hope you guys like this video. Hope this was helpful for you if you're trying to put AC in your trucks or your cars, whatever you got. And I hope this helps you to figure out kind of what you need and what you need to start piecing together. So hope you like this video. If you like it, make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube at Hodson Motors. Check us out on Instagram, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.